The Blackwood Hotel was built in 1893. In over a century of operation, it has never closed. Not during the wars, not during the plagues, not even when guests began to disappear. The hotel has its secrets, and room 237 is the oldest secret of all. Rachel was exhausted. 3 connecting flights, 2 delays, and a rental car that broke down. When she finally reached the Blackwood Hotel at midnight, she did not care about the unusual architecture or the strange paintings in the lobby. She just wanted a bed. Any bed. That was her first mistake. The concierge looked at her reservation, and his face went pale. "There has been a mistake," he said. "The room you were assigned is not available. We do not rent that room." "Which room?" Rachel asked. 237, he whispered, and something in his voice made her blood run cold. But the hotel was full. A convention, the concierge explained, nervously avoiding her eyes. Every room was booked, except one. "I could sleep in the lobby," Rachel said. The concierge shook his head. "That would be worse," he murmured. "Much worse. They hear everything from the walls." He gave her the key before she could ask what he meant. The second-floor hallway was colder than the rest of the hotel. The lights flickered as Rachel approached room 237. The door looked older than the others. The paint was peeling. The doorknob was ice cold. She unlocked it and stepped inside. The room was beautiful. Too beautiful for a door that old. Rachel collapsed on the bed without unpacking. She was asleep in seconds. But her dreams were strange. She saw faces pressing against glass from the wrong side. Hands reaching through walls. Mouths opening in silent screams. And a voice whispering, "Join us, join us. We are so lonely here." Rachel woke at 3 a.m. to scratching sounds, not from outside the room, from inside the walls. She pressed her ear to the wallpaper. The scratching stopped. Then, from directly behind the wall, a voice. "Help us. We are trapped. Please, help us get out." Rachel jumped back, heart pounding. In the morning light, Rachel examined the walls. The wallpaper was old, despite the room's apparent renovation. And beneath the floral pattern, she could see shapes, outlines. They looked almost like figures, people, pressed flat against the walls, trapped inside the paper. Rachel blinked. The shapes seemed to move. Rachel demanded answers from the concierge. He finally told her the truth. In 1927, a spiritualist stayed in room 237. He tried to open a door to the other side. He succeeded, but the door went both ways. Something came through, and it has been collecting guests ever since. Every guest who stays in room 237 becomes part of the collection. Their bodies vanish. Their souls remain, pressed into the walls, the floor, the ceiling. The room feeds on them, and it is always hungry. The concierge had tried to warn her, but the room had already started its work. Rachel tried to leave. She packed her bags and headed for the door, but the door would not open. She tried the window, sealed shut. She called for help, but her phone had no signal. The room was not going to let her go, not until it had what it wanted. The figures in the wallpaper were moving now, slowly, inch by inch, getting closer to the surface. Rachel could see their faces clearly. Men, women, children, all reaching toward her, all mouthing the same words. Join us. Join us. Be with us forever. She screamed, but no one came. Rachel saw something in the bathroom mirror. Not her reflection. Another woman, dressed in clothing from the 1950s. The woman pressed her hands against the glass from the other side. "Run," she mouthed. "Smash the mirror. It is the only way, before the room takes you too." Rachel grabbed a lamp and smashed the mirror. Behind the glass was not a wall. It was a passage, a way out. But the room was fighting back. The walls were closing in. The floor was softening. The ceiling was lowering. Rachel had seconds to escape before the room absorbed her. Rachel dove through the broken mirror. She fell through darkness, through whispers, through the hands of all those trapped souls reaching for her. And then she was out. She landed in the hotel hallway. The door to room 237 was behind her, closed, innocent looking, but from inside, she could hear screaming. The concierge found her in the hallway. "You survived," he said, not surprised. "Very few do." He produced a key, ancient and rusted. This was the spiritualist's key, he explained. The only thing that can seal the room completely. But someone must stay inside to turn it. Rachel understood. Someone had to sacrifice themselves. The last thing she saw was his peaceful smile. He had been here for 50 years. He had sent so many guests to their doom. "This is my fault," he said. "All of it. Let me make it right." Before Rachel could stop him, he opened the door and stepped inside. The last thing she saw was his peaceful smile. The door closed. Rachel heard the key turn from inside. The screaming stopped. The walls of the hallway returned to normal. Room 237 was sealed. Forever. The concierge had given his soul to lock the door from within. The room had its final guest, and it would never open again. Rachel left the Blackwood Hotel that night. She never returned. The hotel removed room 237 from all records. The door was bricked over. New wallpaper covered the bricks. New guests walk past without knowing what is behind the wall. But sometimes, late at night, they hear scratching. So the next time you check into a hotel, pay attention. Notice if the room numbers skip. Ask about the rooms that are never available. And if you hear scratching from inside the walls, do not investigate. Some doors are sealed for a reason. Some guests never check out. Sweet dreams.